I'm Ryan, that's Brent. Let's do this. Did you ever hear the story about the man on Somerton Beach?
No.
It's one of the most mysterious and creepy cold cases of all time, pretty much. It came from a more organic place than people might think, because I used to commute to work with Brent Bennett, who was the original co-host of Unsolved. And we would have arguments about true crime cases and ghosts and demons and stuff like that all the time in the car. The suggestion came to maybe we should put ourselves on video as well and actually go to a place where I guess a true crime case occurred.
It's just the wind.
Yes, right here. You look enthralled. You look really excited.
I can't wait.
Brent told me he didn't want to do it anymore. I was on the roof. I remember this. I walked downstairs.
You were on the roof staring out at the skyline alone, as you often did.
And then I walked downstairs and I was like, well, I got to find a new co-host. Sat down and Shane was just sitting there and I was like, hey man, can I talk to you for a second? We did a series called Test Friends together. And we were already friends before Unsolved because of that series. And we had sat next or around each other for a long time.
There's probably a pretty chunky middle to the Venn diagram that is me and Brent.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Most people just didn't even realize there was a difference between us two.
It was a lot.
I do have to say a lot of comments were like, as if nothing had happened. I don't know if people even realized it was a different white guy. Let me just ask you straight out, do you believe ghosts are real right now?
No.
Why do you not believe ghosts are real?
I've never seen one.
Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can't see that you are real, I feel like.
What can't I see?
You can't see gravity, that's real.
Yeah, I can drop an apple.
Fuck. I was here about 10 years ago and I said I'd never come back and well, here I am.
You're not a man of your word.
That night when I slept, I was repeatedly poked in the face. The next morning I went into the bathroom. My friend Casey saw the sink turn on, so we set up a camera to try and catch that. So when we set up the camera, we actually caught, if you look in the footage at the left corner, there's a bag with toothpaste on top of it.
You'll never forget that plastic Ziploc bag.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna take everything said by a ghost hunter with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically now you're a ghost hunter, so think about that.
Oh shit.
I hate demons and I will only do one per season. You're fucking crazy, Shane.
If you don't like us, turn it on.
Please don't turn it on. Please don't.
Please turn the light off for us, spirits.
Don't you fucking do it.
Turn it all the way off. Thank you. Oh,
Fuck, don't. Oh my God. What?
please try.
Oh my God.
I think this demon's a wimp.
He's lost his mind.
You wanna lay on the pentagram?
Here we go. Hey there, demons. It's me, your boy. Friends murder each other all the time. Tell us your name. Apple Tater? I'll tell you what, I did meet some of the most insufferable people that I've
At an
ever known.
improv class? I can't believe that.
But they also met me.
Oh no.
Ryan, the ball bounced.
No, the ball stopped here. How the fuck is
Ryan,
that possible?
The ball stopped right here.
How is that possible? Oh no.
They know. Ryan, they know. So this is just a bunch of hobos and rapscallions who
Give them a chance.
down by the train tracks.
I don't think they met by the train tracks. It was probably a basement. A lot of people, they ask about you all the time. They ask, who is this brave cameraman?
The most scared I've gotten was when we shot Waverly, because it was just so creepy. And that was the first time Shane actually got scared.
That was the first building we'd been to where I think all of us were kind of like, wow, this place is kind of terrifying.
It's comically horrific.
Yeah.
In a cursive font, the author typed the signature, The Watcher. After reviewing the footage, we discovered on one of our static cams what appears to be a figure moving right outside Lavinia's cell. Is this the ghost of Lavinia Fisher? I believe this is the biggest piece of evidence we've ever caught on this show.
It's no good.
You could be as big a prick as you want. I'll
guess
stand
I
over
can.
here.
Goat man, I'm dancing on your bridge. It's my bridge now.
Holy shit.
You hear that? If you want me off this bridge, you're gonna have to kill me.
Holy
You're
shit.
gonna have to throw me off this bridge yourself.
You did throw somebody off the bridge once.
Look at the way I dance on it. I disrespect your bridge, goat man.
He's taking names right now.
You hear that, goat man?
He's
You-
sharpening
me
his
and
little
Ryan
blades.
Bergara own your bridge
I
now.
don't loop me
Yep.
into your shit.
Yep.
Stop looping me. I hate when you do this in the
Well,
demon
then tell
places.
him. Tell him you're not part of this.
I'm not part of his little charade.
You're talking to goat man now.
I see what you've done.
It's goat man and trapping. Goat man,
I'm not with him.
they're gonna put my name in graffiti.
Oh my God. Okay.
Children will come here and tell tales of me.
This week on the series finale of Buzzfeed Unsolved True Crime, we examine the bizarre death of Belgian financial tycoon Alfred Lowenstein.
Woo! What a journey.
What a journey, that is true. We were aspiring men. Back in the day.
But I'll tell you what, we accomplished a lot. I have my case file here of all the things we solved. Hang on a second.
I can't believe we're back here.
You will be evicted from the premises!
This week, on the series finale of BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural, we investigate the one place I vowed I would never return.
You're not a man of your word.
As part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real?
Who knows? I can't think of anyone I would have rather become the best ghost hunters in the world with. And that's largely due to Ryan. I'm just here for the wakas. But,
In transparency, this season wasn't supposed to really happen. There just was no way that I, Shane, or anybody who works in the show was gonna say no to the opportunity to say goodbye. I don't think it's very often that a show that people enjoy is able to really say goodbye. We also very much care about this content, and we care that you care, and this is our way of saying thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a series wrap on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Us and our strange sect of ninjas would love to thank all of you guys for supporting Unsolved for as long as you have. And I guess we'll see you next time. It's been great, guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Steven created Worth It because he had this manifesto, essentially, that he was passing around among other BuzzFeed employees. He gave it to Shane, too. Where basically it was just, I want to say, a 15 to 16 page document about how YouTube works, how the algorithm works, just data driven to the nth degree.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is what I'm looking at when I'm thinking about Worth It and like why I eventually made it the way it is. And he was like, what did you do to make Unsolved? And I was like, I just felt right.
Hey Keith, what's up, man? Today's your lucky day. I set out your entire schedule, and we're gonna go on a food adventure. So today we're gonna get 3 types of burgers: cheap one, a medium price one, and a super expensive one. In fact, it's gonna be $777.
Oh, I'm allergic to that idea.
Hey Andrew, how's it going? What's up, man? My bestie Keith actually is not available right now, but I was wondering if you would be at all willing to come with me on a food adventure. We're on our way right now to eat 3 different pizzas at 3 drastically different price points. It's $1,000.
Yes.
Why? How?
It's the best of the best ingredients. The ice cream is housed in a Baccarat crystal goblet that you get to take home with you. We take 3 scoops of this specially made Tahitian vanilla ice cream. We infuse it with Madagascar vanilla to really get this incredible vanilla flavor. We plate it with 23 karat edible gold, top that with chocolate sauce that we make out of the world's most expensive chocolate and the rarest chocolate. We add the candied fruit from Fauchon in Paris, top it with the sugar flour, and then we have a tiny bowl of the world's only dessert caviar. It's a salt-free caviar that's infused with passion fruit and armagnac. It has a nice little bite, and it works so well with the sundae. It's an edible piece of art. That's what we call it.
Yeah. When I pull away and get a scoop, the sheets of gold break apart and turn into just glittery bites of ice cream.
It truly is a work of art. Got some, mostly gold. Cheers.
Adam and I have planned a new set of episodes. We're gonna try some delicious foods at different price points.
Whoa, you steal my line now?
It's one of those processes that takes so much time that you really gotta love it to do it.
Great to be dining with you again.
Whoa, you were ready for it to be bad.
That's part of the creative process and the beauty of our art. The more people you include in it, the better the picture becomes.
Hey, Steven.
Whoa, what's up?
So you're hard at work here in Watcher Studios.
That's right.
So hoping you could join me on a food adventure today.
My Worth It winner is the friends we made along the way.
Aww. I feel like I've grown up on this show. And it's crazy to have done that on the internet with millions of people watching, but they're still here. So thank you.
That was beautiful.
Worth It fact. This is the last episode ever. Hope you liked it.
Myself, Shane, Steven, we all came from BuzzFeed. It was kind of like the formative years of our creative process.
It was fun, but also intense.
Steven and myself made something called Worth It and Unsolved, respectively.
That was when I went from like, oh, this is that Asian kid in the Buzzfeed video, to like, oh, that's Stephen Lim. That's like the guy who hosts Worth It.
Luckily, I was, roped into Unsolved.
Personally, some of the best years of my life. But eventually, it was time to move on, so we left. And joining forces to make shows seemed like the natural and horrifying decision. And thus, a little company called Watcher was born.
When the three of us huddled together around my little kitchen table in my apartment, we kind of wrote down the mission statement of just, we want to make a studio or a platform where we could make unscripted television caliber content on the internet. I mean, everything in the early days seemed very conceptual. When you're talking about things that you want to do in an office, which is your own living room, it doesn't seem that feasible or real. And that was tough because it required an insane, almost delusional bit of self-belief.
Shane?
I think we got it. Yeah. This is a clip of us shortly after incorporating. We navigated all the paperwork, we have a bank account, there's us at our bank. Our company was official. And then reality set in.
I feel blessed to have this opportunity. So, if we fail, like if this whole thing caused bankruptcy one day, it's still not the end of the world. I am very happy with how we spend our time.
So we all put personal investment in this.
Yes.
For an undisclosed amount, but let's just say it was a lot.
Yes.
How did you feel when you finally had put in that capital of your own?
I felt nothing.
It's weird to put that much money into something that is basically just, I guess, me betting on myself and also on Shane and Steven, and that, that we can make this thing work.
Looking at this clip recalls all the stress and just mental fatigue of figuring out all these new challenges. And what I didn't know at this time was that we were going to need more money. And it couldn't be more of ours. And so, the three of us, all with little, or in the case of Shane and I, no business experience, decided to throw our respective hats into the investment ring. Hitting parties to network, going to pitch meetings, things we've never done.
The first pitch meeting we ever had was with Neuro.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm one of the co-founders of Neuro.
And I'm Kent, and I'm the other co-founder of Neuro.
Now we wait for all the money to start coming in. Just kidding.
So we met with them at a coffee shop, just kind of walked them through our bullet slides that we put together.
Our pitch deck was garbage. We revisit with Neuro. How do you think that meeting went?
The second one went a lot better because they committed on the spot.
I think it's just you three being the creatives that you are, and then you guys are, have already proven to be super successful at bringing ideas to life, and we just wanted to be a part of it.
I had to make a decision at some point, which was, okay, my job is to make content in addition to doing the business side. But if we don't raise money, the business dies. So I have to actually put aside my job as a content creator for now and go raise money.
Stephen Lim just went nuts.
Listening to every podcast you can that teaches you how to do this. Watching every video you can. Stanford posts lectures from other founders that spoke about starting up companies. I listened to every one of them. I read every article I possibly could. I reached out to every person it was just there's a lot of stuff that is very boring, and that's kind of what any kind of work is. It's really caring about the small things. I do really enjoy thinking of creative ways to build a sustainable business.
When we actually were able to bring on talented people who were also doing great work, we were like, oh, okay, this is fun. We're a company, we're doing it.
Speaking of full-time employees, we were finally able to hire our first, an editor I'd worked with on Buzzfeed Unsolved for years. Anthony Frederick. Our second full-time hire was a recommendation of Steven. She freelanced with us as a production assistant throughout the summer, impressing everybody she worked with. Brittany Lee. After successfully uploading the trailer, we went home, ready for the next morning's announcement of the company.
I don't know how it's gonna go tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. I think I vacillate between thinking this is gonna be a huge success. Everyone's gonna love the trailer. Everyone's gonna love what we're trying to do. And then there's another part of my brain that feels like no one's gonna care. And I've pretty much bet my whole career on something that nobody cares about. But it's all good because I think no matter what happens tomorrow, I know I did my best.
I'm working with my best friends. We assembled the best team we could have possibly assembled. We made the best content we could have made. And we did everything the right way. I believe in this. I believe in the concept, I believe in the team, and I believe in what I'm able to do.
I'm rolling.
Okay, let's do this.
So, our theme word for Q1 is foundation.
We did add another full-time employee. We added employee number 6, Katie LeBlanc.
Yes, Katie LeBlanc is our head of development here at Watcher.
The three of us met Katie LeBlanc at Buzzfeed, where over the past couple years, Katie served as the show producer for shows you might have heard of, BuzzFeed Unsolved and Worth It. Before that, she was the show producer for The Try Guys. In short, she's very good at what she does. Shane and I agree on almost everything.
Well, you're right, and people didn't know that. People assumed that you were diametric opposites.
Steven
and that's not true. You and Shane are actually pretty parallel in most things, except for ghosts. Whereas you and Steven are actually
diametrically opposed in every single
almost everything.
Hey everyone, it's 11:45 p.m. on January 9th, 2020, and Watcher officially goes live in less than 11 hours. We have a few things left to do before tomorrow, so I'll keep this brief. First off, thank you for being a part of this journey. Whether it was your financial investment, emotional support, business coaching, and everything in between, we could not have launched Watcher without you. As of today, we were able to bring in 131,000 subscribers from our December announcement. We are excited to have this foundation of support and cannot wait to keep building on it. We have so many goals for 2020 with regards to reach, revenue, impact, and subscribers. Thank you, Steve and Ryan and Shane.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Watcher!
Welcome one and all to Puppet History. Today we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy, heavy book we call history, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted title of History Master. I am obviously your beloved host, the Professor.
I can't believe I'm normalized already to talking to this blue creature.
Thank you. Ryan Bergara, are you ready? Answer me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Special guest Stephen Lim, are you ready?
I have never been ready for this.
Okay, then let's crack in.
Let's do it.
Today, we're talking about unimaginable catastrophe of devastation so swift and sweeping that it could easily be mistaken as nothing short of the apocalypse. Okay, let's go.
This is so strange.
This is strange. It's March 25th.
Starting a company at the beginning of a pandemic, would not recommend.
It was a weird time to work because everybody was very segmented. You know, everyone was doing their best. Everyone was doing their best, and it was the worst.
It was, you know, scary for all of us just to be living during that time, letting alone trying to make sure that, you know, this company succeeded and, you know, made money. And
looking back, I would say that I tended to be more optimistic. Like, we'll get through this and we'll figure it out. And I kind of always have the mentality that, like, if you do things the right way, everything will be okay. Which is not necessarily always true.
Every week we were like, hey, we got another video up, congrats! But behind the scenes we were like, what are we doing? Oh God!
First in-person shoot that we had was actually Too Many Spirits. At that point, I was used to not talking to other people, like my social skills went down.
Well, look who decided. Hey!
it was weird. It's weird. I haven't seen us all together since the second week of March.
It's been over 6 months. It was a hurdle to go through, but it was fun. It was worth it.
I think the pandemic was bad. That's where I come down on that. Welcome one and all to Puppet History Online University. Today we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy, heavy book we call history, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted title of History Master.
We made 6 to 8 new shows out of nowhere. Just had our old noggins come together and make these shows. And some of them were good, some of them were bad. Luckily, the good ones we kept making, the bad ones we discarded. And fortunately for us, our fans from our old content actually came along for the ride and have been supporting us ever since. I'm just checking in because I want to say one quick thing, and that is thank you. Because we over at Watcher just hit 1 million subscribers. 1 million! A milli! It's surreal because I did not know if we would ever hit this day. I didn't know it would happen within a year. And I'm just so grateful because, not just because of, for my team who has been working so hard, you know, my co-founders, our editors, our producing people, our head of development. I could go on and on with all the people who contributed to this on the Watcher side, but also because the community out there brought us here. It would not be possible without all of you. I see all of you guys out there tweeting to subscribe to Watcher, to follow Watcher, to buy Watcher merch. It makes our jobs a lot easier when we have you behind us. So thank you for all you've done, for getting us to where we are, and this is just the beginning.
Making Watcher is a show about how we made this silly little company called Watcher.
I just realized I could touch you.
He can touch me. We're in the office now. It's been a while.
We actually just moved into a new office, and it's a bold new era for Watcher Entertainment. We got some exciting content coming down the road. If you want to see more exclusive content like this, it's over at patreon.com/Watcher.
I just said that.
Well,
yeah.
But you didn't do a call. You didn't say, hey, go check it out.
Well, sometimes you don't want to shove it down their
Sometimes
throat.
you have to be explicit.
During the midst of all this, we added new faces to Team Watcher. During the pandemic, we hired our head of production, Nicole Baudois. The next person that joined the team was Annie Jiang, who we had worked closely with at Buzzfeed. We also hired our first intern ever and my cousin, Carter.
Holy smokes! Whoa, 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 what happened? Hello, I'm your host and amateur home cook, Stephen Lim. And on this show, I will attempt to create the most extravagant dishes for my friends.
I'm a big fan of just like a very classic street taco.
I would happily eat mac and cheese off of a trash can lid.
Oh, the food of my dreams is called a smoister, and it's not a real food.
I have a feeling that it's all going to go very wrong very soon. With no limit to how much I can spend, I'll have 24 hours running out of time to create a dish beyond their wildest dreams. We had $1,600 of Wagyu product. Boom!
Wow.
My hat is off to you.
Holy shit! I can't believe it. He's like a little magical food genie.
This is Dish Granted.
You told me to follow my passions and do what I love. I will not be here without you. I love you, Stephen.
Wow.
Love you too, Stephen.
I'm also proud to say that
Honey,
when
love
my
you.
friends meet you, they immediately say they can see where I get my personality from. I love you, Stephen. Oh, Stephen. Oh. You know, Stephen, I must say that the nasi lemak, one of the best nasi lemak, most powerful, flavorful, exquisite. I'm surprised.
Why are you surprised?
Well, because when you grew up, you couldn't even make a peanut butter sandwich. But you know,
it's true.
This is delicious, Stephen. This is delicious.
For mommy, it's only one word.
Okay.
It's heavenly.
Thursday, May 13th, 1.2 million subscribers achieved on the channel.
May 11th, Tuesday, Ryan said, holy moly! And he posted, I think, Are You Scared of Smile Dog?
Oh,
just
yeah.
blew past.
Dish Granted hit 1 million views on August 15th.
Incredible.
1.4 million subscribers on August 11th.
What a journey.
We had 200,000 followers on TikTok on June 29th.
What a world.
Hit 150 videos on September 10th. Do you know what our 150th video was?
What was it?
America versus smallpox.
How timely.
Puppet history.
Dark.
Sad.
Oh, shit! Welcome to Ghost Files. I wouldn't want to just make a show just for the virtue of capitalizing on something that was already successful. I wanted to make a show that sure does that, but also has merit. Okay, so basically this is the spiritual successor to Unsolved. I wanted to draw on some of the things that I think could be improved. The conceit is still somewhat the same. It's Shane and I hunting ghosts. He wrongly does not believe in ghosts. I believe in ghosts. What if before we go to a location, we reach out to our fan base and basically say, anybody who's ever been here, if you have any evidence from this place, send it to us. And that way we could put it in the show and then have evidence in the show that we then try and recreate at the location. Worst thing that happens, nothing happens, but we still have a compelling clip. Being able to go all out with the toys and the gear, we could make the individual investigations better. We can make some of our ITC better. We have a new spirit box that's badass.
Now this feels like the fucking big leagues.
Well, folks, we're entering a new era. We have here my new spirit box amplification device.
Honeycho.
Now let me make sure all my gadgets and gazmos are turned on.
Gadgets and gazmos.
That's right.
Don't say gazmos.
Yeah,
that sounds sexual.
It's New English.
You can't just say
No,
that's
it's
New English.
Everything's bleeping and blooping.
You're gonna bring this fucking 2x4 to all of our haunted houses?
Yes. Things kind of worked out in a way where the end of Unsolved coincided with me also leading Are You Scared, and to a lesser degree Top 5, and then this other outside linear project. And then in the background, I was still trying to think of how to make Ghost Files a thing. But the demand that was required by all those other projects, it's not a demand that you could really outsource or delegate, because it's things like leaving notes, literally physically being on the set, traveling. I feel like I haven't been able to do that at my full capacity. Granted, it eventually did get done because we have an amazing team here. Steven said something in a Making Watcher a long time ago, where he said the thing about me that he's noticed is that I have a capacity to work that is greater than anybody he's seen. And Steven, I will say, actually is very similar in that way, in that we felt like, okay, to get these opportunities, we're gonna have to make them for ourselves by just virtue of putting our head down and refusing to say no and just powering through, whether that meant sleeping at the office, which we did, or just having no work-life balance, essentially. It's not a great thing. And that was something that powered Unsolved and Worth It for a long time.
The process of making a brand new show is always like exciting and terrifying. But for Ghost Files, like seeing the logo come in and that looking super cool, seeing the set come together, this wonderful contact of Nicole's, Billy, who's an incredible production designer, came in and built us this awesome set that we're so happy with and so proud of.
When I see things like the set, and I see the things like the gear or the teaser or all these exciting things that are happening with Ghost Files right now, it is exciting to me, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. I can't believe we did that. That moment for me in my brain lasts like a minute before the boulder of anxiety starts to chase me again, of like segments and what's gonna be more VO or what's gonna be more storytelling, what's the balance of banter versus horror. I'm actually starting to stress myself out right now as I'm talking about it. I'm trying to learn how to appreciate the small wins, because those small wins have a lot of concerted effort from the team around me to get those small wins. And not only for their sake, but I'm trying to appreciate those small wins for myself so that I can keep going. Oh my God, I'm about to quote Kobe. When you're asking yourself like what the dream is and like, how do I know I've accomplished my goals, or what is that dream? You think that the dream actually is when you get to the goal and you accomplish the thing and you see the thing that you've worked so hard to create, which is this show or this company or anything that's in your life. The dream is those mornings when you actually force yourself to get up when you don't want to get up, or you do the thing that you don't want to do. That's the dream. Because if you feel so strongly about something that you're willing to do those things, that's something that no one can really take away from you. I do believe that everybody here believes in this hard enough that they're willing to do those things. And right now, it's kind of we're in a place where like, yeah, this could be something really big, and that's really exciting. That's also really scary, but it's also very exciting.
We're back. Where's my tinning? Come here!
You please step back towards the phone, please. Oh, fuck!
First time we were here, we were a little scared guys.
Did we do something that upset you? Just a slightly less scared guy.
Oh, okay, shut it off.
I fucking hope I see a ghost.
Ghosts! Hi. Hi! Wow, right off the bat. Hello, ghosts, how are you?
Ours. American.
Yes, we are American. This is America. I don't know if you meant ours as an H-O.
Dude.
Dude? Yes.
Thirsty Thursday?
Wait, is it Thursday?
Tell you what.
Thirsty Thursday, yes.
I'm dead.
Wow, this ghost is really leveling with us.
Do not make contact with me, or I will be forced to kill you. That's the voice of somebody who's already dead. Our static cam left in this spot did pick up what appears to be 2 glowing eyes, and they're moving.
I saw comments online of people being like, this throws into question the integrity of every piece of evidence they've ever put past us. The fact that Ryan would look at that and be like, maybe that's a ghost when it's clearly an animal.
There apparently is some TikTok evidence that demands my attention, so we're gonna take a look at it now and react to it.
Guys, Aaron and I were watching a Ghost Files episode of Watcher. And they're going to the Magnolia House in Seguin, Texas, and we were like, oh, that's really cute. We were there last year for my birthday with his parents. Let's watch it. This girl comes out with footage.
Noticed a figure walking past one of the windows.
No
and at that
way.
moment, I pulled my phone out, and that's when you see the head popping out of the curtain.
That's me! It's me in my white hoodie, and they circled me. And this is the other POV of that girl's video.
Did you hear? Dude! Oh my god! That's incredible.
It is
you're
like
full pump,
it is like
dude.
quite relaxing to just
I know.
lean against the ceiling. I feel like Gandalf.
It's freakish.
Daddy.
Daddy? Did it say daddy?
It said daddy.
Ooh, disturbed.
Disturbing
me,
daddy.
Disturb me,
Disturbing
daddy. We gotta put that on a t-shirt. What if we got a Shane and Ryan on the dictionary?
I would love it. I would love it. I doubt that's in the dictionary, but.
It has lived up to the hype.
Is that the number you expected it to be?
Oh, it's way bigger. It's way bigger. I asked like Katie, Ryan, Shane what they thought the numbers would be, for the first episode. And I think like the most optimistic number was 2 million. And that was Shane. And now it's 5 million. So, yeah.
The reception for it has been incredible. Like the support that everyone's shown and just the fact that people like the show has been really rewarding, and thank God, because so much of, I think a lot of added stress was just from the idea of like, do people even want to watch Shane and I keep doing this? Do people want a follow-up? Will it live up to what Unsolved was?
People loved Ghost Files. It was very fun. They liked it as much as I thought they would. I remember when we started it, Ryan was like, how are we going to top Unsolved? And I was like, you'll make a show that's better. And he did. The reaction suggests that.
Our first exciting endeavor this year was an original project called Worth a Shot with our talented cocktail maestro, Ricky Wang. 4 months later, we invested in another original and very creative project called Pretty Historic, featuring our wonderful and talented friend, Salorm.
Cute.
End of last year, we were doing really well. We took all that money and reinvested that into the company. And so we doubled our staff, went from 10 to 21 people. And even now, since those hires, we are not profitable. Just throwing it out there, I'm being honest. We're not. We're losing money each month. But that's intentional. And I want to just be very clear about that. We're doing that because we are reinvesting everything that we have into this company and making sure that we have the right runway to grow.
Can you explain what the culture is like here?
Culture is palpable.
Putting ads in our video content, which I wasn't aware of until this morning.
Can we talk about sponsorships?
Yeah, I was about to say sponsorships are tough.
We had 3 weeks back to back where we put out 3 sponsored videos, like fully sponsored. There was 2 Are You Scared and 1 of Too Many Spirits. And I saw a lot of comments saying, hey, so proud of Watcher, so glad for you. But then obviously I'm, digging through them and I saw some that said, you guys are selling out and this isn't Watcher, I didn't come here for this.
That's always been the plan, to sell out.
That's true, it's not selling out, it's buying in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
I like that.
One thing about sponsorships too, and Steven could attest to this because he's the one who's at the helm of all of them, it's really hard to get them. You have to be at a certain level of views and success for them to even talk to you, let alone give you the opportunities and let alone, God willing, follow through with the actual deal itself.
I just think it's interesting because how else are we going to run a company and pay for all these employees if not doing sponsored content because all this stuff is free for people to watch.
And the sponsored content
It's still good.
makes it possible to do the non-sponsored content, which is great.
Oh, it's palpable. Why is my heart beating so fast? Do you think if we count it down, we'll manifest it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna manifest it.
If I think of one show that's synonymous with Watcher, I don't say Ghost Files, I don't say Discretion, I think it's Puppet History. Puppet History is the heart and soul in many ways of Watcher. It's just so good. It's so well thought out. It has all of the parts of a great show. It has actual learning, factual historical information that's been heavily researched. It has the great unscripted banter between the professor and Ryan, the guest. It has literally everything, and even some lore. I love that show.
Sometimes it seems like he may have time traveled.
The response to Puppet History, rightfully so, has been incredible, and that's obviously in huge part to that guy up there. He's actually editing the last episode right now.
So this season is maybe the most fun and hard work we've put into a season of Puppet History. I mean, Mark, you were there for so much of it. Yeah, it was a very sweaty day.
I've always wanted to be in like a fight scene, so like that was amazing. It just happened to be with a little blue puppet.
Beef
I hate to say it, something must be done. Why don't we start out with step number 1? You gotta snitch. Snitch on the rich. I insist you try your best to spy on high society. As discussed, you must trust that upper crust, toss their asses on the menu, cause it's time to eat. Oh, independence! It's a coming. Go on and hide inside your homes. Snitch on the rich. We got eyes, we got ears, and let me tell you folks, we're taking notes.
I, as always, and for the first time, am your beloved host, the Professor! Puppet History, Season 6 was the first time that we had the big professor for the full season. We just couldn't use the little guy anymore because he's so small that my hand is sort of like that inside of him, and the resultant pain of shooting with him sort of would spread up my whole arm. It was I think, destroying my body in ways that weren't good. So we had to make a bigger puppet eventually. Puppet History is a good show. Proud of it. Glad it's been around. February 2023, we go to Montana. We're shooting some videos for the lovely state of Montana. They were branded videos. We shot a branded episode of Weird Wonderful World, which was really a jam-packed episode.
And we're now going to shoot the second piece of content that we were scheduled to shoot for Ghost Files. And it's snowing, it's crazy out there. We're in this hotel. My stomach was just killing me. And I thought maybe I ate something, and I was kind of just like thinking it was that, but really it was just my stomach was really killing me.
Oh my gosh, we were getting ready to see Ant-Man. We were all getting ready to go see Ant-Man because, for those of you who haven't seen it, Quantumania specifically, because Ryan has like a 2-minute scene in that film and he had not seen it yet, and we were all like, let's just go together, that'll be fun.
Ryan has COVID during a shoot. FML.
But Mark, when he found out the news, he told me, like, I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm really sorry you have COVID. I'm pretty glad we don't have to go shoot in that prison tonight. Because it was legitimately negative, I think 11 or 12 degrees without wind chill. It would have been miserable. And so in a way, it's kind of like I fell on the sword. Like, I just took one for the team. I saw a grenade come into our trench and I hopped on top of it and said, don't worry guys, I'll explode. You can just remember me by all the pieces of me that are everywhere now. I had no doubt that we'd be able to reshoot the episode because we have an excellent crew, but my main concern was more just the monetary aspect of it. Like, this was gonna be an enormous financial hit. Oh, Steven was not pleased.
I just remember thinking, wow, he got COVID. This thing's not over yet? And all of the runway that we had built and the goodwill that we had built in our company was just like slashed with just like one trip. You either, die a slow death or you grow and adapt. So there's really no choice. We just gotta do the thing to stay alive.
This is a new show. We're having fun. Yeah. We're teaching each other things. Let's enjoy it.
90 dead bodies, though.
Okay, that's a lot of dead animals.
I hope you're ready for Identity 3.
I'm ready. How tall is it? 4 to 5 feet tall. That's funny. So it's like you.
This is a lesson to trust your gut.
Are you telling me the government could be incompetent?
A team of NASA scientists arrived in a black helicopter.
Sloppy.
Real mysteries inside the mystery.
They killed 35 of his neighbors?
That's a good question, Shane. What do you think is going on here?
There's a world where you nudge me towards believing in this.
We move to our final theory.
Welcome
to Mystery Files.
Well, there is a bit of mystery.
We do love a good mystery over here. Welcome to the series premiere of Mystery Files, where we take a deep dive into cases that span from the creepy to the truly bizarre and everything in between. I'm Ryan, and today I'll be forcing my colleague Shane to hear all about the unhinged case of DBTuber. And in the end, you'll have to decide if the mystery is solved or if it's simply a mystery. Oh, ever since, I won't name who, tipped over our Ghost Files bunker.
Okay, we should turn it on. Oh my god, that's my nightmare.
There's been an apparent leak in the ghoul bunker as a ghost has been wandering our old office halls.
If the Watcher ghost is here with us, turn on the mag light.
Go!
I think they went away.
Come on, yeah, once the cameras are out.
There's no such thing as a Watcher ghost. No, what do you mean saw it wandering the halls?
I had a couple late nights where things were a little weird.
Yeah, Ryan's nuts.
Oh gosh, I love those comments. Where's Steven? Where's Steven?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of comments out there of like, whoa, where's Steven? Why is he not on the channel as much? And I tell you where he's been keeping us alive.
When we started the company, Ryan, Steven, and I were all like, we'll all be CEOs. And then I think we hung on to that for a while before realizing that Ryan and I had absolutely no interest or knack for the thing. So Steven is now the CEO, thank God, because that's how it's always been. And we're not. So, you know, he's a lot busier than we are.
What has been the most difficult part of being CEO and the leader of Watcher?
Oh, man, we did have to let go of a few people. That was very hard. I feel like I let those people down. But I know also that it was the right decision for the company and for them as well. But you know, you can't help but feel the responsibility for those situations shaping out the way that they did.
Yeah, there are downs that you have to weather as a company, and as co-founders of this company as well, and they're very stressful. I'm very thankful for Steven.
The other part of my job as CEO of a startup is I get to do all the stuff that we don't have somebody doing yet. So for example, when we first started the company, we had like 3 founders, a production coordinator, and an editor.
In the very beginning, when we started, it was just like the 5 of us, the 6 of us. And it was pretty easy to just kind of keep up with each other, and we see each other all the time. We're working with each other all the time on every little thing of the company.
So what did I had to reach out to places, I had to edit, I had to produce, I had to do all these things. And then slowly, one by one, we add more people. We add a directing team and a production team. Then we hire a salesperson. Okay, then I'm doing the brand deals. Then we hire a brand coordinator or a producer.
And then when we started hiring more people and building more systems, building more departments, it became really hard to grasp who's doing what and how that work affects other departments. I don't even know anymore like everything that we do. And that is like crazy to me.
And it's a lot, It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, my backup plan, and this was already in motion, has been Ryan and Shane. Like, they don't do any of the managing, they do some of the day-to-day, but a lot of it falls on me, that decision-making, and they've taken on a lot more actually recently. And it's been really nice to be able to lean on them more.
There were times where we didn't know if we were gonna have another office. We got really lucky that we got this office. I mean, it was a process to search for this place. I suppose that's true, but it would be nice to move sooner rather than, I guess, I mean, maybe that.
If we don't get this space, I will tell you that I will have no more hair.
Because that was a real nail biter. Our lease was running up. I really didn't want to stay in our old office. I mean, together we toured, I think, like almost a dozen spaces, if not more. Some of them were really depressing. And I just didn't want a place that was like super divided. There was an era at Buzzfeed where we were all in like a big sort of like old studio that was one giant room, and the vibes were great. Everyone, I think, you know, looked back on those days as like, that was when things were really fun. And then we moved to this place where everyone was divvied up onto different floors, and like you didn't see everyone all the time, and it felt weird and it got cliquey, and I didn't want that to happen. I like light, you know? We've got big windows here that we can cover for soundproofing, more or less. There's a big open space. We've got room to shoot, and there's room to work. It's a miracle that we got this place. So yeah, I'm happy.
And it's a gamble. Like, you know, every place you move to that's an upgrade is a gamble because you're hoping that the business could sustain the growth that you're buying for. And then there's also the realities of like where the media landscape is right now. Ad dollars are down, people are struggling, and models are just constantly changing. So we have to kind of adapt to that environment real time.
There was a point at our company where it felt like I had to not share specific information with our employees because I didn't want to freak them out. Again, Watcher, we had to figure out how do we make this a business that works and functions and is sustainable. And yeah, I was scared people would leave. I was scared people would not want to work here, or they would gossip or whatever. And so I held it in. But it's almost like a relationship too, you know? If you're dating somebody and you're trying to protect them by not sharing information that they should know, it can create even more distrust. And so I kind of just came to the realization that it's not my job to protect how they feel about Watcher, but it is my job to give them all the facts so that they can make a better evaluation of how to feel about their job. This thing runs because we're all 100% committed to making it happen. The level of trust we've had to build over the years with each other has been immense, but because of it and because we've done things slowly and the right way and with a foundation, we're in a much better place for it.
What do you want this company to be in the future?
I want it to really mean something to people and give people the chance to communicate things that they can't communicate elsewhere. Yeah?
I want Watcher to be a place full of good people that enjoy each other. I want it to be a place where people are happy to go to work. And to know that I helped start that. That would fill me with an immense sense of pride. You jump into the future, the first person you see is your future self, and you ask future Steven where the company is at. What do you want future Steven to say back to you?
The company has a rock solid business model, sustainable. We've hired amazing people, and we've invested in those people. That is probably how I know we've been successful. The company runs on integrity. We constantly try to do the right thing. We try to represent people really well of all cultures and backgrounds, particularly for me, Asian Americans, but also want to bring on more perspectives. And that, you know, the people at this company care about each other as people and not as tools or, you know, or as like machines, right? Like we are a company of people, and that is number one here. So whether or not your show has 1 billion views or 10 views, success to me is defined by the culture that we've built here, and the fact that people can say, I proudly work at Watcher, and I would recommend it to anybody else. And I never want my ambition to overtake the satisfaction and joy that I've had making this job.
We've established, I think, a mark of quality that people associate with the channel, and I just want to keep on getting weirder with content and making exciting stuff that is up to that level.
Anybody who's watching this, thank you for all the support you've given. Thank you for getting us to this point. Because I often say this, without you guys, there is no this. And this is, you know, an amazing opportunity. The fact that we're able to make shows for you guys and do something that we're passionate about is crazy, because the fact of the matter is, most people don't get to do what they're passionate about for a living. That's an incredible privilege and gift. It's earned, and I'm happy that we've, I guess to this point, earned your trust for now. I hope we never abuse that, and I hope we never forget that, because it really is a gift that you guys have given us. I hope that the stuff that we're doing in the future you'll also be very happy with, and that we don't let you down. It's not something that we take lightly. And let's catch some fucking ghosts. As sad as it is to say goodbye to YouTube, it's the right thing to do.
If this is my last time on YouTube, then baby, what a life I've lived here on this platform.
I grew up on YouTube. All of my heroes were on YouTube. I learned how to be a human on YouTube. Taking a step away from it, it's just tough, because I've always really loved and cared about the YouTube community, so it's hard to leave.
I think the philosophy of Watcher is us very earnestly exploring something without much irony. Granted, when we're doing our ghost hunts, it's a jokey channel, but I think underneath it all, there's like a genuine interest in stuff and a passion for exploring, you know, the stuff that we're interested in.
I'm so proud of what we've built here at Watcher. My proudest moments have been being able to hire incredible people. And so growing our staff from 3 to 6 to 10 to 20 to 25. I'm proud of the fans and the community that we've fostered.
Maybe that's the best part. The tangible effect of it is like you're out in public and people are like, hey, wow, you know, we watched a lot of your content during a tough time and it really helped us. And that's always really nice.
I'm very happy with the progress that we've made over here at Watcher over these past 4.5 years. But it feels like we are just at the point where we've hit a bit of a ceiling in terms of what YouTube is able to offer.
More than 50% of our business is run by advertising. We are relying on ads to make money, to pay the bills, to run this office, to make beautiful content for all of you guys out there. Unfortunately, over time, the deals that we were getting in 2019, 2020 are looking a lot different than they are today. We're making something for two audiences. We're making it for the fans, all of you out there, and we're also making it to please the advertisers. It's difficult to make the stuff that we want to make and also then appeal to the advertisers as well.
It costs a certain amount to make content in the way that we do it. We try to put things on the screen that we feel adheres to a certain level of quality that you would find on, say, a Netflix or something like that. Like, for example, a Ghost Files episode. First, we have to travel to the location itself. We have to pay the location fee. We have to pay freelance staff that comes to help us shoot that when we're shooting in the studio. We have to pay for the studio to shoot the actual episode in. Then we have to pay for post. Before that, we also have to do the pre-production of the episode. And when you add that all up, we're talking about an end of a season that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not sitting here complaining that is the bed we've made. Everyone has different missions they're marching towards on YouTube. Ours was to make a television show. And, you know, over time, you start to realize, like, hey, maybe television shows aren't meant for YouTube. Perhaps we should find a different place that's better suited to the content that we're making and can support the dollar amounts that we're putting into each of these episodes.
All that being said, we have realized that it would be great if we could find a way to rely less on advertising, not make it such a big part of our business. And so we've been working over the past few months and years, like, how can we make this business more sustainable? How can we make something where we can make the things that we want to make for all of you guys and not be worried about all the other forces that are here?
I guess we just hope you guys follow us this one last time. 2, our very own independent streaming service, Watcher. Watcher is an ad-free, independent streaming service dedicated to providing you guys the television caliber content that you know and love.
Beautifully organized, ad-free. It's what we were destined to be.
First of all, bigger and better content.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to improve Ghost Files. I mean, I'm very happy with how the show has been, produced so far, but the streamer's gonna give us an opportunity to really add to it from a format standpoint, but we'll also be able to take bigger swings and go international, like we're going to the UK and we're going to Scotland.
The advent of this streamer has allowed me to bring the gang back together.
That's true,
Adam,
your pals.
Andrew, the old friends from Worth It, and we're going to be launching the spiritual successor, which is gonna be called Travel Season.
Are you excited to work with Steven again?
Yeah. After 12 seasons of Worth It, it feels great to make something that is very similar and based on a lot of those experiences, but we get to dispense with all the stuff that we don't like.
And not only will there be new, fresh shows, we're going to put it up to the members to resurrect a show from the past.
You'll still occasionally see us on YouTube. We're gonna post trailers for our shows there. We're gonna have the season premieres of all of our series on there. But if you wanna watch the full seasons of all of our content, the streamer will be the exclusive home for all of that starting May 31st.
Steven, talk about money.
Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
And look, you can share it, with your friends.
That's true.
What are we gonna do?
Think of this beta period as a soft launch, an opportunity for early adopters to sign up, help us work out the kinks, and provide feedback to make it a better experience for everybody.
Yeah, the beta will be a transitional period where you'll still be able to access content on YouTube, but beginning May 31st, you'll need to become a member of our streaming service to access full seasons and new releases.
WatcherTV.com. Super easy.
That's right. WatcherTV.com.
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 Watch your TV.
Watch your TV.
Watch your TV. Watch Watcher on your TV. And if it's our goodbye to you, I hope it's not, but if it is, I do want to say thank you for supporting us all along the way.
Your viewership has allowed us to do all these wonderful things that we've done these past 4 years, and we hope that you'll come along for the ride.
And help us continue to build.
Yeah.
Build this thing out even bigger. It's been fun. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Well, now who looks like an asshole?
Me.
Please don't paywall your content or I'll die. Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say about, here's, yeah. Here's what I'll say about my own. Oh my. That was the universe telling me to shut the fuck up.
Excuse me, for reducing carbon emission.
Watcher, I'm gonna be so fucking cruel right now. I would much rather give you $5 in exchange for a monthly sticker of the professor being silly and goofy.
The conversion rate for influencer marketing specifically 1 to 5%. What this series did essentially is really bank on the fact that they would have a high conversion rate based off of the dedication of their fans.
I've seen some things on here that are trying to blame one person in particular for maybe their budgeting issues, maybe the fact that they own a Tesla. Okay. I feel like this feeds a lot into parasocial relationships because maybe we have favored some of the guys of Watcher over others, but they are all compliant in this. They are a uniform front. They are making this decision together. I don't think it helps to blame one over the others. It's all their fault.
And I do think some people need to realize we don't fucking know these guys. They're not our friends. As much as everybody loves to read into the body language of everybody in that video and being like, Shane, Eat the Rich Madej would never do this. Well, Shane, Eat the Rich Madej did do this, and I'm sorry, guys. However, like the dogpiling on Steven did go onto their podcast and bring his pastor, which, like, already, don't fucking do that. That's a red flag. And said that he's friends with people who are a little bit racist and a little bit homophobic, but they're still his friends and he still cares about them, so like he doesn't see that as a problem.
It's hard to really read into this because I have a lot of friends who are a little bit racist and a little bit homophobic, and I'm still friends with them. And I'm not saying that I'm friends with them because of their values. I just value them as people themselves, and I try to keep them around and try to, you know, educate them with what I can. But it's not something that I don't want to cut ties with everybody because of their belief system. Because frankly, I have a different value system than Katie and Shane and Ryan. Like
a lot of times when a person of color makes a mistake, people use that as a free pass to take away their humanity. What I'm seeing specifically with this Watcher situation is a lot of hate towards Steven Lim. And I don't want to take away all of the responsibility of what's happening because he is the CEO, but the reaction is getting out of hand. And what I mean is I'm seeing comments and I'm seeing videos that, like I said in a previous video where they talk about how he said something kind of bad on a podcast a couple years ago and they're using it as an opportunity to cancel him. What I'm also seeing is, you know, I always got a bad feeling about Steven. He always rubbed me the wrong way. And as a person of color, I can't let that go unchecked. And what's even more damning is, I would say, the woobification of the white member of the group and the vilification of the other Asian members of the group. When you feel you are earned something, sometimes the white people who are ahead of you or above you will make you want to wring your hat and make you feel grateful, make you feel deserving of what you think you are owed, right? This specifically, let me be clear, isn't about the price point or the way they announced it. A lot of times white people will want you to grovel at their feet for you to give them something. And I feel like that is a lot of the tone that is happening with the Watcher conversation. I just wish that we had better tools to talk about the things that we don't like, because we often resort to racist ideology and racist thoughts.
Hey everyone, last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube. It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you. And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience. With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, We are so grateful for your support, but if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund.
When we started Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved. However, we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers and the constantly changing YouTube landscape. We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements, and we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes. And we didn't want to bring Watcher to a close, which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
We also want to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting us from the very beginning. All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform. If you already purchased a subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community, and we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Then we're done. You know, we're done. We're done. Great for making me mad. You basically just told me a story with no ending. A really good story, and then...
Well, I mean, it has an ending. It's just not the one you wanted to hear.